This creator makes giant life-size versions of your favorite anime characters. His name is Luis Garcia, also known as Peps 3D Collectibles across all social medias. He started with small 3D prints and then they just kept getting bigger and bigger until he made his biggest print yet, which is a 9 foot tall cell from Dragon Ball Z. Luis is probably one of my favorite 3D printing artists that I've come across because he's not just printing random plastic figures, he's literally creating works of art. And these take serious skill, time, and passion to make. Plus, he's bringing some of my favorite anime characters to life. As you can see, I am an anime fan and a One Piece fan. And he is using consumer 3D printers like the one I have right here, the Cobra 1S, to make these models. And he's done plenty of awesome smaller prints that I really liked, but he's probably best known for his life-size builds in my opinion. I've never seen anybody make models with a 3D printer to the scale that he has and the details that he has put on to these pieces. So let me show you some of my favorite ones that he's made. From One Piece, he made a 6 foot uh, Luffy, and he made a Gears 2 Luffy in an action pose. And now he's working on a Gear 5 version, which looks like it's going to be awesome. I think he already 3D printed all of it and put it together. He just needs to paint it and finish out the model. He also printed a massive Zoro around 7 feet tall. It's huge. I think he mentions that he accidentally upscaled it too much, but I think it's really cool how big he was able to make this print. And my favorite anime of all time is Dragon Ball, from the original series all the way to Super. And Luis must be a fan too because his Dragon Ball builds are incredible and he has a lot of them. He made Teen Gohan Super Saiyan 2 when he fought Cell, and the 9 foot Cell I mentioned earlier. He's even working on a Bulma with her motorcycle from the original series, which is insane that he was able to 3D print each piece and make it into a motorcycle, like a life-size version of Bulma in her on her motorcycle. And he's made Vegeta in Super Saiyan armor and Kid Vegeta as well, probably from Daima, I believe. He also made Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT and Kid Goku. He also did a sick Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles, first as a small print when he was making small prints, and then he decided to make it life size, and it looks awesome. So, how does he make all these prints? He actually uses regular consumer 3D printers from Bambu Labs, Anycubics, Elegoo, and others. And it's not an industrial printer that he uses. He just uses regular machines like the one I have back here. And then he just prints each piece, piece by piece. And he uses sometimes different colors and different PLA filaments. And then he glues all these pieces together. I actually used his glue recommendation from a video he made on YouTube, and I used it on a Batman Knights mask that I 3D printed, and I had to glue together because it was too big, so I had to print it part by part, and then I glued it together, and that glue really holds the prints really good. So I definitely recommend the glue. I'll show it to you guys on the screen here if you're interested in that, and it worked great. So I really appreciate that tip, Luis. And what he does is insanely impressive. He prints, slices, glues, fills gaps with putty. He sands it all, primes, paints, and maybe adds a clear coat at the end, turning prints into full blown masterpieces. And it's incredible what he does. And this all takes days of printing and precision to be able to slice it the right way and then print all these different pieces and make sure they come out right. Just to give you some perspective, I tried printing a tiny bust of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and it's maybe less than 1/10 of the size of the prints that he makes. And I had a lot of issues. I didn't use enough supports. There was a lot of stringing on there, and then I ran out of filament mid print. As you can see, I switched it from white to black. So then I had to try again, and I actually used a really cool PLA filament. It's like a marble look that makes it more of a statue look. And I still had issues with this print. I didn't put enough support, and I had a ton of support on some of the hair area, so it came out a little stringy and missing some of the hair. So even with these little prints, I had a lot of issues, and it took me almost 24 hours for each one of these. So imagine doing a print where you have to print each piece for like a 9 foot character, like the cell that he created. So it's very impressive. Anyways, huge shout out to Luis, and go follow him on all his platforms at Peps 3D Collectibles. I think what he's doing is awesome, and it's very entertaining to see my favorite characters come to life. So I just wanted to make this video to share with people that are interested in 3D printing, and I think it's really cool. So I thought you guys might enjoy it. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.